Hello, viewers. It's time again to talk football with Greg.
Yeah.
Greg, as always, thank you once again.
Yeah, thank you. It's always my pleasure to be on this show. So, viewers, you are in for a bumper show as usual.
The biggest night of football in Europe.
Yeah, we cannot wait.
European Champions League.
The big one. The big one. The biggest in Europe.
Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and of course, Thursday night.
Can we not talk about the Thursday night football?
Because of Manchester
Can we not talk about the Thursday night football? We are going to discuss the big boys. We are talking about the king of Europe. That's the biggest club championship in the whole of Europe.
I'm praying fervently for Arsenal fans this season. I want Arsenal to win UCL.
Yeah,
so, Greg, let's look at Arsenal versus PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, you know.
Okay.
One thing is common, have something going on between these
similarities among the teams.
These two teams are yet to win UCL, number one.
Yes.
The second one is this season have won, so long as European competition is concerned, European Cup Winners' Cup. Arsenal did it in 1994. PSG did the same in 1996.
Exactly.
So another common thing going for these two clubs, the two teams have Spanish manager. Talking about Mikel Arteta and Luis Enrique. Another one is they play the same style of game, pattern of play,
formation,
4-3-3 formation,
and they also play a fluid kind of football. Very
exactly.
Football.
Exactly. My brother is going to be
any of those things.
It's going to be an epic.
Yeah, it's going to be an epic. In fact, in my own opinion, this game is going to even be bigger than the Real Madrid game.
Real Madrid versus
Arsenal. The reason be that there is a lot of similarities between these two teams.
Of course.
Their pattern of football, their style, the formation, the attack-minded kind of football. They are not defensive-minded. You know, these are teams that they play similar pattern. And then, you know, we are all going to watch an entertaining game of football on Tuesday night. So it's a game to look
forward to. These two teams will be doing everything possible to lift. Considering what they've done in recent years, PSG have invested heavily. They've had the likes of Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Sergio Ramos, even Carlo Ancelotti.
They've tried all their best.
All these efforts we are geared towards
winning the
UCL. You know, so. But Arsenal, on the same vein, have also done their best. The year I thought Arsenal would have lifted the Champions League, the year of Invincible.
Yeah, 2004.
2004. It didn't happen that way. So let's critically, look at these two teams, Greg. The two goalkeepers, talking about Raya and Gianluigi Donnarumma. These two goalkeepers are very good.
Okay.
But one-on-one, whom among these two will you say is the best? Of done better for his team.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't want to stereotype the response. I would want to, identify their strength, because both goalkeepers have their strengths. They also have their weakness. Now, when you talk about playing the ball on your feet, you
give it to Raya.
Playing from the back, you give it to Raya. Identifying a counter-attack opportunity, you give it to Raya. But generally, when you talk about a goalkeeper being so firm,
also when he brings experience,
his physique, the wealth of experience,
what he have done for Italian national team, and what have
even he's coming to PSG has helped to improve the team.
Of course. So let's look at the defense. Arsenal will be parading the right back, Timber, the two center backs,
Saliba and Kiwo partnership.
And who plays at the left back?
Lewis Kelly.
So let's look at the two defense. Let's also look at PSG team. They have Hakimi there.
Oh, yeah.
We have
fantastic defender.
Captain Fantastic, Marquinhos. And of course, Paco and Nuno Mendes.
Oh, very deadly defender.
So these two defense, how will you...
Yeah, so it will be interesting to watch these two
against each other.
Line. Yeah, it will be interesting to watch how they would be able to hold on the attack. For instance, Arsenal, the line of defense, you know that Arsenal's strength this season has been their defense.
Of course.
They've been able to concede least number of goals. When you look at in the Champions League, Arsenal have had the longest stretch among these teams. Arsenal has had 8 undefeated games in a stretch. The last time they did that was in 2003, and that is to show you the quality of defense that they had.
Okay.
You know, so you give it to them. Timber, Saliba, Lewis Kelly, the new kid on the block, they've been fantastic. And it will be interesting to see how they are going to hold the marauding PSG attackers. Attack line of this trio of Dembele, Varaccilia, and then Doe or Bakola. It will be interesting because they are among the best line of attack in Europe currently. Dembele has scored over 32 goals, and he's very good on both feet. And you know, it will be difficult for Saliba and Kiwa to hold him for the entire 90 minutes.
So let's look at the midfield. The midfield, these two teams have a similar midfield setting.
Okay.
Triangular. Arsenal got the crown. Of course, Thomas Partey won't be playing tomorrow.
Thomas Partey will not be playing.
So who is going to stand in for Partey?
So Arsenal is going to move.
Jorginho will be available.
No.
I think it's George.
Arsenal will be starting with, if you watch the last game they played against prior to Crystal Palace game, yes, you will see that
Trossard was drafted
so Arteta started. Yes, so you are going to see Declan Rice, marshalling that number 6, and then Trossard will play 8, and then the captain will play 10. So it's going to be a trio of
Declan Rice, Trossard,
and Odegaard.
Martin Odegaard. So they are going to face Vitinha, Fabian Lewis, and João Neves.
Yes, so this, in my own opinion, the best midfielder in the whole of Europe.
PSG midfield.
This PSG midfield. They are very fluid. They play with lots of freedom. The team is very fantastic. They play a compact kind of football. And you see, when the team plays, you know, they play for one another. You will see them. They are a very interesting side to watch. And I think you will see that transition from the midfield to the attack. It starts with that trio of midfield. So it's going to be interesting to watch how Declan Rice, Odegaard, and Trossard, how they are going to hold on, because they have the home advantage. They are playing at Emirates. Yeah, they are playing at Emirates. The fans are going to be solidly behind them. They are going to get that crowd support, and then you know, playing against this kind of midfield. Because remember what they did at Anfield. This Fabian Lewis.
They were able to douse
they doused the tension, the noisy, ferocious noise coming from the crowd. They were able to douse it, and they played so well. And they were able to win Liverpool at Anfield.
Okay, let's look at the attack. Liverpool. I mean, I wanted to say Liverpool. Arsenal will be parading Bukayo Saka from the right. Martinelli left, and first 9 Mikel Merino. Against a PSG that will have a first 9 Osman Dembele, sorry. And of course, Varaccilia, unpredictable Varaccilia, and Desire Doe or Bakola.
Yes, so just like I said, it's going to be a battle. You know, it's going to be a battle that everybody is looking up to. You know, the key center battle point or flashpoint is going to be between Saka and Mendes. You know, it happened in the first game.
Of course.
That Saka was able to get a goal through that free kick, and Saka had an upper hand over Mendes. But after that game, Mendes has improved this game. As a matter of fact, he has scored
one of the best goals.
One of the fantastic. He has scored 2 goals in the last knockout stages.
Yes.
And he's been playing so well, as well as defending. You saw how he was able to hold Salah, even at Anfield. So it's going to be interesting to watch because Arsenal is going to look at Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is going to be the focus man.
Of course, he's a talisman. He's going to be a talisman.
And he's their star player. So Arsenal, they are going to align. And you remember on that wing, you're going to have Odegaard and Saka. They want to play, you know, a 2 to beat over Mendes. So it's going to be interesting to watch what happens on that right side.
So the left, where Arsenal will have Martinelli versus Hakimi.
Yeah, so
And also maybe Valachilia in front of
for
in front of, Hakimi.
Hakimi is not going to allow Martinelli have a good day. He's not going to allow Martinelli dribble him on a one-on-one.
Okay.
However, these are two players, strength, pace. They are very energetic. They have speed. They have speed as their strength. So it's going to be interesting to see how Martinelli will take on a counter or take on a run against a Hakimi that also possesses a similar speed. And mind you, Hakimi is also a counter, is also a progressive defender.
Attacking-minded
defender, assisting in goals, scoring fantastic goals. And, it's going to be interesting to watch. For the center, I think Merino has always been, he's not a traditional forward. So he's going to wait for opportunity. He will always assist in defending and just position himself in the
for set piece and crosses.
For set piece crosses. And
Dembele should be a problem for Arteta now. Arteta should be talking to his two centre backs against a player that can play, that plays with both legs fluently.
So one thing that goes on for Dembele is his pace and his ability to play with both legs. And I think it's going to be a problem for Kiwo because Kiwo doesn't have that speed to match
Dembele's
speed. Because Dembele's once he throws in the ball.
But don't you think that what happened between Arsenal and Real Madrid, Saliba being able to douse what's his name, the French captain Kylian Mbappe? Don't you think that he may repeat itself?
For
where Dembele is.
So for me, I'm thinking that what Arteta should be telling them is, Saliba, you are the big one here. You should be able to make sure to reduce the chances of Ousmane Dembele. He is your countryman. You understand him. You speak the same language. You've played with him in the national team. You've played with him in the French.
I understand.
You should be able to tell him that. Make sure that you don't give him a breathing.
When he's traveling with unpredictable Valachilia. Anyway,
so let's see how it's going to. You will have Timber or Skelly to,
So let me put you on the spot as usual. I want you remember you owe me a drink.
I owe you a drink for getting that.
You never believed that Arsenal would beat Real Madrid and Santiago Bernabeu.
Yes.
And my prediction, I got it spot on.
Yes.
So let me put you on the spot again.
Okay.
Predict what will be the outcome of the game.
So for me, I'm going to predict the outcome of this game based on some facts. Now, historically,
you are going to history.
Because history will guide you.
Because PSG is here to win.
PSG is here to win Arsenal
in all competition.
In the Europa, in UCL, in Europe. So Arsenal have played PSG 5 times, and Arsenal have won 2 and drew 3.
Okay.
Now, going by that historically PSG is here to win Arsenal. I believe that history will repeat itself.
Okay.
It has a way of repeating. And then when you also look at some other things, like the Arsenal has been able, the longest streak they've had unbeaten, 8 games unbeaten, you also give it to them. And I think generally as a team, they play a defensive, compact kind of football. And with the fans being solidly behind them, I'm predicting a 3-1. Arsenal 3.
Okay.
PSG.
I will put my own prediction this way. Since you want us to, look at some facts or statistics. Yes, at the group stage, Arsenal did it against PSG. They won. Yes. But after that, PSG have defeated 3 English teams.
Okay.
They beaten City 4-2. If I remember, they were able to eliminate Liverpool, and also Aston Villa. So I think they should be able to replicate
because the whole of England will be standing in front. And because Arsenal have won them in the group stage, so the Arsenal team will have that mentality. If we've done it before,
okay, let me go like this. I think it's going to end Arsenal 2, then PSG 3-2.
3-2. Okay. So what I know, I agree with you that it's going to be loss of goals.
Yes.
But I think you also understand that Arsenal have never conceded up to 3 in 2 years now. Even against
up to three goals.
Arsenal have not considered more than 2 goals. So I wonder the miracle that will happen, that will break this gene, that for over 2 years they've not considered more than 2 goals.
Okay, let's say
have a defensive solidity. If Real Madrid could not score more than 2 goals,
leave
Manchester City could not score more than 2
Madrid out of it.
Liverpool, all the big teams could not score beyond 2 goals. So how are you sure that PSG?
Real Madrid are struggling at the moment. Of course, it's what happened to them over the weekend.
Yes. So and another part of history is that Arsenal have won most of the defending champion of the various leagues. The Dutch league, PSG, Arsenal won them. Spanish, Arsenal trashed them. England, Man City, Arsenal trashed them. Arsenal go on and go. So for the French champions, Arsenal is going to.
These two teams didn't have it, build up to this semi-final tie. They didn't do very well. You saw Arsenal abysmal performance against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, they are last.
Also PSG, they are unbeaten. Their unbeaten run, is dashed.
Nice propped them 3-1 and exposed. In fact, we needed to talk about that game because I watched that game.
We don't have time.
And I think Ateta should be telling his boys, go and watch that game. The crosses, the dead ball, that is what you use to exploit.
It's okay, viewers.
Yes.
Greg, as always, thank you for your time. Viewers, please, I want you to follow this page, share for others to see, as always, keep sporting. Thank you for your time.